Weather, 2020, a novel by American author Jenny Offill, explores one woman's attempts to navigate marriage and motherhood amidst the looming threat of climate change. The Guardian described Weather as a dazzling response to the climate crisis and political anxiety. The story follows Lizzie, a former PhD student living in Brooklyn who left school before completing her dissertation. She now lives with her husband Ben and their young son Eli. Lizzie works at the library of her former university and assists her former dissertation advisor, Sylvia, with her popular podcast, The Center Cannot Hold. Much of Lizzie's time is spent responding to letters on Sylvia's behalf, but she increasingly devotes herself to her own environmentally themed podcast, Hell or High Water. Lizzie's brother, Henry, is recovering from addiction, and she often helps care for his newborn daughter. Her growing anxiety about climate change leads her to reflect on her own mortality and that of her family. In search of spiritual guidance, Lizzie attends both Christian and Buddhist services and consults a Zen meditation expert who frequents the library where she works. She describes this meditation expert as mostly enlightened, a notion that echoes throughout the novel as Lizzie grapples with understanding climate change, wanting to make a difference, but feeling limited in her ability to affect systemic change. The novel unfolds through a series of loosely connected episodes. In one, Lizzie struggles with the Buddhist concept of letting go of everything, a challenge that seems impossible when one has a young child to care for. Her meditation teacher suggests that, through reincarnation, everyone has done everything to everyone else, a perspective that resonates with the novel's exploration of climate change. It suggests that middle and upper-class Americans, like Lizzie, share some responsibility for the crisis. Throughout the book, Lizzie contends with the challenge of finding a work-life balance, a task made even more daunting by the potential for climate change to cause a catastrophic Anthropocene extinction event. As time goes on, Lizzie increasingly dedicates her energy to her Hell or High Water podcast. She becomes something of a climate survivalist, devising plans for what she calls her doomstead, a home on a hill designed to protect her family from both floods and post-apocalyptic attackers. Lizzie also compiles various survival tactics, such as using a battery and a gum wrapper to start a fire and trapping fish with a shirt and her own spit. Meanwhile, Lizzie contends with her brother Henry's irrational fear of harming his newborn daughter. A recovering addict, Henry struggles to believe he can ever be a good father. At one point, he writes down a list of all the ways he might accidentally harm his daughter and reads them aloud to Lizzie in an attempt to prevent these things from happening. Henry is haunted by terrifying visions of burning, flaying, smothering, or strangling the baby girl. Though Lizzie is certain Henry would never actually harm his daughter, she tears up the list. At the same time, she realizes that she, too, might inadvertently harm her own son due to humanity's collective failure to address climate change. At home, Lizzie's son plays the video game Minecraft, creating a virtual world that flourishes while the real world seems to be falling apart. Lizzie finds herself overwhelmed by the tension between managing everyday tasks, like paying bills and ensuring Eli washes his hands, and the looming sense of doom she feels at every moment. She also wrestles with the nature of pain and suffering, questioning whether intense personal pain makes someone more empathetic to others' suffering or blinds them to it outside their own experiences. In the end, Lizzie finds little resolution. During a phone call, Sylvia tells her, "Of course, the world continues to end." In response, Lizzie hangs up and tends to her garden, a small, manageable ecosystem like Eli's Minecraft world, which she can control and cultivate as a way to cope with the reality that the larger world around her is deteriorating. Weather offers a compelling domestic narrative while grappling with urgent questions about the future of our planet. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.